everyone, welcome to Dottie's Corner. Before we get started, I want to remind everybody, if you like my videos, please hit subscribe. And also, if you want to get notified of my future videos, just hit the little bell up at top and they'll give you a notification when I have a new video out. All right, now that we got that out of the way, let's talk a little bit about my successes, secrets to my successes that I've had with my journey, both in 1998 when I originally made Goal and now. I've had many people ask me what I do and what do I do to become successful, because I have been successful when I really put my mind to it and work the program. Some of my secrets to success is that, like, when I get the groceries, when I go grocery shopping, I do smart grocery shopping, as I did a video below if you're interested in watching that. But I always have my Weight Watcher app with me. It's a bummer that Costco, it's really hard to come in because of all the metal up on top. I can't scan the foods like I'd like, but not all my foods are bought at Costco, so that's a good thing. I mean, you can always put it in, but I don't have time for that when I'm shopping. So always have your app with you so you can check. Also, always go hit the produce section first and do the outer perimeter. That's where your healthier foods are. When I come home with my groceries, I try to always, now I can just look at something and tell you pretty much how many points it is without having to use the app. I mean, I'm really close most times. Most times I hit the nail on the head. But anyway, you might want to come home when you're just starting out especially, and it will help do it. Mark your foods. Like when I buy mayonnaise, I put in black marker how many points it is. This way I don't have to look it up again. I know. Now the app has a scanner thing, so it makes it easier. Before we didn't. We had to write everything out. And that made it really, really nice. Also, but it reminds you when you go to grab it, like, do I want that many points this time or not, for what I'm doing for my meal. Another thing is, like, when I used to buy the big things of different chips I found or crackers that were Weight Watcher friendly, I'd section them out into serving sizes, 1 or 2 serving sizes, whatever I wanted, depending on how many points it was, of course. But this way, you've got them all in little baggies or whatever, and so you can just grab. You don't have to sit there and measure out the 5 crackers or add the 5 crackers. And speaking of measuring, it is much better to weigh them, because it always gives you the weight too, than it does to just say, unless you're in a hurry, because you actually can get a little more when you weigh. I don't know why that is, but maybe it's the volume or whatever. But just a little trick, to get you a little more food. I'm a volume eater. The more food I can get for my buck, that I'm going for it. So that is a really key thing. Mark you all foods. Make it easy. Take that one step out of your day when especially when you're learning the program and you're trying to change to that healthier lifestyle. This takes one step out of the way. The app has made it a lot easier because you can just scan them and do it that way if you want to. But this way you can just look and say, okay, well, I have enough for this many points, and it's written right on the box. Or your crackers and certain things are all measured out and put in baggies, and write the number on the baggie. I mean, it is so easy. That's what I did. I wrote everything down. Back in '98, when I originally lost 100 pounds, I had my slider with me the whole time. And let me tell you, that first day of going to the grocery store, oh my goodness, I couldn't believe what I was eating, and finally realized, I mean, I used to love those little breakfast links that, what do you call them? Anyway, they're already cooked, you just heat them up. And 3 of them were like a horrendous amount of points, and that didn't satisfy me at all for even a minute. I mean, you when you use your app and go through the foods, a freestyle, like I said, has that great app, which I love. Scan the foods before they go into your cart. And then when you get home, make sure you section them off or whatever you have to do. I also used to keep a notebook, and I'd say, okay, just for easy grabbing. Again, you don't have to do this in a notebook. For those that do write things down, though, and keep them handy, it's easy. But it's also easy, very easy on the app. Write your meals down. Hit favorite, that that's your favorite, so you can look up that meal and you can go right to it. I used to write them down Now I don't, but I'll write them down, and I knew that was a good meal to eat because the whole meal came to, so many points, 10 points or whatever. So make sure, put your meal in, and then if you like that meal and you've eaten it often, save that as a meal, label it, and hit it as a favorite. That will help you go right to meals that you know that you like, and you don't have to go, scrolling through a lot of stuff. One of the other things is that helps me when I'm to be a success on this program is when I go to restaurants, I like to ask the waiter to either bring me half only, I'm going to pay the same amount for the meal, or I'll eat half, take the other half home. But the other option is a lot of times I might not want it the second day, so I will, if they won't cooperate with me, then I will pour salt on the other half at the restaurant, because the others at the restaurant maybe still be eating or whatever. You can munch your way through that leftover, the half that you didn't want to eat. By the time you leave, if there's others still eating and you're talking and the food's right there, well, if you pour a whole bunch of salt on it, you're not going to be munching away on it. If you are, then you're drinking a whole lot of water. Well, that's good for you too. I'm just kidding. There are several other things that you could do, like organize your day. When I go out for the day, I like to fix a bag. Like say, I don't usually do that now. I'm retired now, but when I used to go out for the day, and many of you do, you go to work, you go run around on Saturdays, run your errands, whatever. I used to fix a lunchbox of all the things that I could just grab and eat easily in the car, and I'd write the points down or calculate the points and put them on your app or whatever. And then when I got home, if I didn't eat them, if I didn't eat the couple crackers I had marked, I'd journal everything that I took in that little bag. And then when I got home, if there was anything left in it, I minused it from the journal. You're prepared. You're not required to eat it all. And it's easy to take off your journal, especially with this Weight Watcher new app, that there's no problem. And you can put it in the refrigerator and save it for another time when you want a little snack or whatever you had planned. You may not want to eat that turkey sandwich. You may just want the apple that's in there, or the crackers, or the celery, or whatever you put in there. And so, but you want to have stuff that you can grab in the car, because the first time you get hungry, and believe me, when you're running a whole bunch of errands, shopping or whatever, the first thing you can think about is, oh, let's go to fast food. Oh, big mistake. Believe me, because when I had started Weight Watchers in 1998, I loved Burger King. I put in their Burger King, I'd have to go to bed as soon as I ate it. It was over my points for the day. And I had a Diet Coke too with it. Isn't that funny? We always do a Diet Coke when we go order fast food if we're watching our weight or trying to lose weight or whatever. It's kind of funny in a way, because you're eating the fries and you're eating the hamburger, blah, blah, blah. And, the points still come quite high. That Diet Coke really didn't help. But it is funny how we do certain things. It's just a habit. And I'm not the only one who does it, believe me. I've talked to a lot of people that do it. So that organizes your day, where if you're going to be out of the house, you have something ready to go. You can put it in a cooler lunch bag or whatever you need to do, but that's with you at all times if you get the snackies or you get hungry, and then take a course or tall thing of ice water with you, so you have something to drink that's healthy. That really does help when you're gone for the day. And I used to be gone all the days too, think, oh my God, we went here and I'm hungry and I don't want Taco Bell and I don't want fast food. What am I going to do? Well, this way you know what you're going to do, and take off the foods at the end that you don't eat. So that's a really good trick to learn. To be prepared at all times in whatever situation. If you know you're going to be gone all day, you pack for success. The other thing I'd like to tell you is, don't ever deny yourself. Because when you deny yourself, okay, I'm really craving, a smoothie or a banana split or a milkshake, you are going to eat 10 times more points than that milkshake is, and then still drink the milkshake. And so now you've really gone overboard. Satisfy your craving and move on. It's best that way, because if not, you are going to go way over your allowance for the day of what you want to eat in order to lose weight. So when you have a craving, if you can, fix it. Have the craving, you know, whatever you want, have it, and then move on with no guilt. My saying on my webpage that I like, and I follow it a lot, is one day at a time, no guilt, and move on. That is a key to success too. Stop feeling guilty, do what you have to do, and move on. Otherwise, you're going to do a whole lot worse, and still have the food that you're craving. So that's a good tip to learn. That you don't want to deny yourself. You want to take care of those cravings, because believe me, the craving is not going to go away. The other thing I'd like to talk about is when you go out to eat, make sure you ask for what you want. That restaurant is there to please your palate. And believe me, they do things that are very bad for you to please that palate sometimes. So don't be afraid to ask for, you know, no oil, or ask for the dressing on the side. I always ask for the dressing on the side. I always fork it. And like I said on my one, when eating out, I think I did a video on eating out, you know, it's so funny because when I'm at Red Robin, I'll ask for, can I have the dressing on the side? They'll give you this gigantic bowl of dressing. Now, I've asked for it on the side, which means I'm not going to, I don't know, it just seems funny to me. I'm asking it for it on the side, and I fork it, and I've only made, a little teeny weeny dent in it, you know, and it just goes to waste. So I'm going to start asking them to put it in a much smaller cup, because I don't use that much dressing. I fork it and then get my salad, and you'll use a whole lot less, and most of the points in salads are in the dressing, and so you kind of want to stay away from that. And that's helped me a lot, because now my husband does it too. We both do. When we have a salad, if we eat out, we fork our dressing. And wherever we are, if we get a salad, we put the dressing on the side and fork it. And that really saves us a lot of calories. Make sure you always drink your water. Try to have a iced thing of water. I have to have it iced. I don't like warm water. It's great, it's winter now, so it comes right out of the tap ice, but I have ice water, and I have it by my computer when I'm working or when I'm watching some. I have ice water with me all the time. I never hardly drink anything else. I'm proud to admit that I am off the diet pop. I will buy a Diet Dr. Pepper once in a while if I'm out, it's shopping day and I'm thirsty, blah, blah, blah. I'm not a big coffee drinker. I have a Keurig, so I usually have a little latte or whatever, 3 points. But I don't have it every day. I'm not a big caffeine drinker. I had a lot of caffeine in the Diet Dr. Peppers. I could go through 3 to 5 Dr. Peppers a day, Diet Dr. Peppers. But it's still, you know, you're hungrier. I find when I drink diet drinks or have a lot of, I find I'm hungrier. I just want to munch more. And maybe that's just me, and maybe not any of you, but it is with me. So I'm so glad it's taken a while to get off of that caffeine and stop my Diet Dr. Pepper, but I like that I have. You might want to also, when I make like taco soup is one of our favorite meals, and I do the vegetarian variety. I mean, I don't add the ground turkey or the lean ground beef. I add a whole pound of cremini mushrooms. They're nice and beefy, and it's better than the meat to me. And then I add also an onion to it. So a lot of people don't do that, but that's a vegetarian version of it. And you can use vegetable broth too. I do use chicken broth, less sodium, but it's pretty much a 0 point meal. And then sometimes I'll add a little, you know, the fat-free sour cream, a little bit of that with a little bit of shredded cheese, and you've got at the most maybe 2 points if you add a few other things like that. Anyway, that's my favorite meal, and I just made it, and I sectioned off, I froze in containers 1.5 cups servings, because I love that stuff. And I put it in the freezer. So now I have 4 I can grab out of the freezer. So if you make a meal that you really like, make a little extra and freeze portions of it in your freezer if you have the space. Because then, you know, if you're at a crossroad and you're like, oh, nothing looks good, you know, you can go in your freezer, grab it, heat it up, and go. And I find that helps me is one of the secrets to helping me be a success on program. don't forget that you need to get your exercise in. I have to admit, I've been very bad this time about the exercise part of it. I have a beautiful elliptical that a woman gave me free because she was also struggling. She couldn't use it at home. She gave it to me free, and I have gotten up on it, but I think my granddaughter has used it more than I have. So I have to get back in the groove, because I like to watch a show. So I watch a half-hour show, which is 20 minutes usually with no commercials on Netflix or Hulu, and that gets me going. So if you can start with a half-hour show, by the time I was done on the last time in '98 when I lost weight, I was watching an hour show, so 50 minutes on it. I just have to get in the habit, and to get in the habit is you gotta continue doing it. And I have to admit that it was a huge key to my success in '98, but for some reason I'm just having a hard time getting started. And once I do, I'm sure my goals will come. My next 60 pounds will be a lot faster and easier because I'm adding exercise to it. So I don't get enough exercise, but you should. Weight Watcher used to recommend you getting 20 minutes a day, which can mean only 10 minutes away from the house, 10 minutes back if you're walking, So if you can do that, that'd be great, and I could do that, but do I? No. And I don't think I'm alone in this. Most people don't. You can lose weight without doing the exercises, but it's not very healthy. You should do at least I used to do the hour workout. I used to do that. When I went to the gym, I did a half hour on the treadmill, half hour on the elliptical. So it was an hour, but I only did it 3 days a week. And I lost 2 3/4 a week. So I lost like 98 to 100 pounds from January to August to September. I think it was September 20th is when I made goal. And then lifetime was October 17th or something like that. So you can lose without it, but I wouldn't recommend it. And I'm telling that to myself too, believe me. So I have to admit, exercise is the part that I am missing this time around that I need to start incorporating. It's very important. If you go to meetings, don't miss your meetings. The meetings are your lifeline, really, to being successful on this program. If, like I said before, if you don't have a good meeting you go to, you don't care for the coach, find another meeting if you can, or if you don't have another meeting around, try to make that meeting work, like participate more, Get up go 15 minutes early. I always go 15 to 20 minutes early so I can talk to everybody as they come in. So that part of visiting is very important to me. That also might be where you can get your motivation and stuff. Hopefully you have a class. If you have a class that doesn't participate, you start raising your hand and you start participating, asking questions, get the conversation going. But the best thing to do if you don't have a good leader, because there are some out there that just can put you to sleep and they don't have much class participation. And you need class participation and a good leader, a coach. Sorry, I'm still learning the little new words for everything. You do need a good coach that will coach the class in the, coming out of their shell and sharing their experiences and their struggles and their successes, because that's what's going to keep you going for the next week. And with Weight Watchers, if you go to meetings, you can go to more than one meeting. If you're paying, you only pay for the one meeting, but all week, up until that meeting, you can go as many times as you want. So if you need 2 or 3, 4 meetings or 5 meetings a week, go. It's free after you pay for your initial week. So I don't know if very many of you knew that, but you can do that. And some people need that, if you have the time and you're not working a job and you can make it to other meetings and need them, please do. And the last thing I'd like you to know, that one of my secrets to success is I try to enjoy the ride. Enjoy your successes, enjoy your program. If it becomes a chore and grueling to do some of the things that are on it, then find a way to make it more fun, more exciting. And believe me, after a while, I think it's 6 weeks to make a habit, you will be in the habit of doing most of the right things that you need to do on this journey. But I'm sure each of you have your own secret to your successes, what works for you. What works for you may not work for me. Okay, so if you've enjoyed my secrets here to my successes of what helps me be successful on program, please feel free to comment down in the comment section. I love comments, and I'm not getting too many. But anyway, if you would leave a comment, that would be great. Ideas for a video that you'd like to see, or give me some of your secrets to successes. That would be wonderful. I'd love reading them, and I'll make sure I reply. Don't forget to hit subscribe if you like the video, and hit the bell up on top, and that'll give you the notifications of when I have a new video. Okay, everyone, have a great day, and don't forget to smile.